The year is 1999. It is April, nice spring weather outside, and I'm coming back home from school. All of a sudden, I can see my brother on the balcony, waving with a brand new issue of the PS1 magazine. I cannot see much, but I can tell that the cover has some cool cars on it. So I start to run like my life depends on it, open the doors, throw the school bag in the corner of the room, and rush to my brother to see the new issue. I can now clearly see that the cover with those cool cars is about highly anticipated driver game. It looks absolutely beautiful, I can't stop staring at the cover and the screenshots. The review is very positive with the final score of 9 out of 10. The demo CD packed with the magazine teased us even more, so now we must own the game no matter what. I remember that I couldn't get past that goddamn tutorial, so I spent all my time just riding around the city, wrecking all the other cars and trying to hit pedestrians, but I couldn't be killed here unlike in the first GTA games. So sadly, I could never get to play the missions and experience the game in its fullest. That's why I was very happy to play it now for the purpose of this review, and also to scratch it out of my must-play games to-do list. Driver, subtitled You Are the Wheelman in North America, is an action driving game developed by Reflections Interactive and published by GT Interactive. As mentioned in the beginning, it was released in 1999 for PS1 and ported later that year for Microsoft Windows and for classic Mac OS in 2000. It takes inspiration from the first GTA game and the movie The Driver from 1978. This game focused solely on driving missions and you couldn't get out of the car. It is situated in 4 American cities, Miami, New York, Los Angeles and San Francisco, where you do various missions. It showed the potential of the open world type of games 2 years before the groundbreaking GTA 3 came out. I still consider this game to be one of the top 10 looking games on PS1. As a kid, I couldn't get enough of looking at the car damage mechanics, endless replays showing the cops chasing me or little details like the rim rolling away from the wheel when turning in high speeds. All these things made the game very believable and real. You could even wreck the restaurants while people were still sitting inside to ruin their day. Each city included its famous landmarks so you could recognize them easily. And the replay mode is fantastic, with different angles to view your ride and see how you did. So graphically this game is just gorgeous. Let's check the gameplay. Before you start the main undercover story, you can go for a free ride across the cities or play driving games mode. This mode is very good for practicing the car chases and it will prepare you for the real missions. The main protagonist's name is Tanner and he's an undercover cop making himself famous among the criminals for his incredible driving skills. After that horrifying tutorial that I mentioned earlier, you start the game in your motel room, where you can listen to the voice recorder and choose the mission you would like to take first. These missions include everything from stealing a car, wrecking restaurants or other cars, to help criminals to get to their hideouts after bank robberies. Usually there is a timer and you must complete most of them within the time limit. The car controls extremely well even in high speeds. Many times I felt that I would go into the spin, but thanks to the precise controls I was almost always able to manage it. The only thing that annoyed me were the street lamps or pillars which couldn't be destroyed, so I got stuck on them plenty of times while trying to lose the cops. You start in Miami, then move to San Francisco, continue to LA and finish in New York. I think the main reason why New York is the last city is because they made the traffic there quite difficult to deal with while doing missions. When it starts raining, the road is more slippery and you have to adapt your driving to that, which also adds to the realism. Sometimes the missions take place during the night, so you can see the city in different perspective. I have to say that some of them made me angry as hell. It was because I was missing a couple of seconds to complete it or I got to the place in time, but the cops were still chasing me, so the game told me to lose them, but I didn't have enough time. Especially the last mission in New York where you have to drive the president was the point for me when I had to stop playing for some time to avoid breaking my controller. I tried it like 25 times, but no success, because it was just impossible to beat. Cops and mobsters crashing into you furiously at high speeds while you try to drive your way through. It has to be one of the worst and most frustrating missions I have ever played. I have to admit that I used the cheat to beat it, but even with that it took me like half an hour to complete it, because while having the no damage cheat, when your car flips on the roof, the game tells you that you wrecked your car and you have to start over. So yeah, you need to have tons of patience and good portion of luck here. Story is good in this game, told through CGI cutscenes either before or after the most of the missions. Soundtrack feels very right and suitable for the car chases. Groovy tunes fit well with the time period of the 70s era in which the game takes place. Car sounds are great with every tire screech or hit collision. Characters' voices are believable and sound like real gangsters. It was just during the getaway mission where I was fed up with the guy telling me, "Lose the tail, man, we got a tail." I was like, "No shit, really? Thanks for letting me know," and repeated it like 100 times during the car chase. Driver isn't the longest game out there, but thanks to the option of selecting missions during the playthrough, it can have a good replay value to see all missions and scenarios. Overall, I will give Driver 7 out of 10. I honestly expected that I will give it at least 9 or 10, but thanks to the super difficult tutorial and incredibly annoying last mission, I had to stick with 7 only. Despite all that, this game was graphically impressive and very innovative for its time. Cover arts are different for each region, but I prefer the PAL one here. Let me know down in the comments if you have ever played it or if you have some memories connected to it. At the time of the review, you can purchase this game on eBay from around $20. I hope you enjoyed the video. If yes, you can give a like, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to receive PS1 reviews every week. That is all from me for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and remember, do not underestimate the power of PlayStation.